What is up, fam? Cary, Jack, and Steph Hernandez here, coming to you live. And we wanted to talk about successfully coexisting throughout quarantine with your partner.
Yep.
And the happy hustle hacks we've used to create more love, peace, and fun in our household throughout these 60 days. And let's face
60
it,
plus.
60 plus, however long quarantine's been. It's been a while. So we figured we'd do a fun episode on the Happy Hustle podcast, but record it live with you guys and really just talk about how to coexist throughout the quarantine. I have on my beautiful partner, Steph Hernandez. Steph, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. I mean,
I've been a avid listener.
You have. I've seen a couple of your reviews. Very grateful. Thank you for that. So, guys, we want to get into it. But before we do, I want to just open the mic up to Steph and kind of allow you to know more about her. You've probably seen her in some of my videos and stories. Obviously, we've been together 4.5 years. So she's been in a lot of videos and stories, but I want you to images in videos. Talk to us about kind of, your story and, what you do for work right now.
Oh, what do I do for work?
I know.
A lot.
She's a hustler, happy hustler at that.
Yeah, I'm very happy, very balanced, which it takes work to get there for sure. So I do a lot of things. First and foremost, I'm an actress, and I've been doing that for now 14 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where my heart lies. I love it. It's where my passion is. But through the years, I've kind of expanded into figuring out a smart way of going about it. I always was like, no, this is my plan A, plan A, plan A. But I didn't realize that you can have different streams of revenue, of income, and that it took the pressure off of the acting and going into auditions and feeling like, I'm desperate for the role or I'm desperate for the money. It took the love of the art away from it. So yeah, so I do now email marketing. I work with one of the top email marketing companies.
Crushing it.
Yeah, they're really great. And I also work with one of the most successful film and literary managers, Global Lion. Awesome. Love them. And beyond that, I'm a freelance brand specialist and
told you she's a happy hustler, y'all.
A lot of education.
Yeah.
A lot of one-off jobs, So.
But that's what it takes right now, guys.
Yeah.
And, what we wanted to talk about in this episode is some of the things that we do as a couple that allow us to support each other's ventures, allow us to continue to grow throughout the quarantine, not just, personally on an individual basis, but as a couple. And so we distilled it into 3 happy hustle hacks. I want to run through them briefly for the listeners.
Okay.
1 is do the little things, and we'll get into it. 2 is do activities together. And then 3 is support each other. And support is not just in the way you may think. So we'll get into those.
Yeah.
But before I do, Steph, I want to ask you what I ask all of my guests on the Happy Hustle podcast. What was your first happy hustle and what did you want to be when you grew up?
Okay. My first hustle, I don't know how happy it was, but it was a hustle. Actually, I was happy because I was making my own money, but I was 14 years old. And I sort of lied on my resume and said that I was 15 because you had to be 15 to work at this restaurant. I was a hostess and
host with the most.
Yeah. And I had to have my dad drop me off at work, pick me up, and he was super committed. My mom too. So I'm really grateful for them. And what did I want to be when I grew up? A doctor, a veterinarian, marine biologist. I wanted to just be everything. So I decided to become an actress and embody everything.
There you go.
Kind of get a little sample of everything,
That is what an actress does is, basically be everything. So very cool, Steph. Now let's get into some of these happy hustle hacks to create more love, peace, and fun because, hey, we're still, kicking it. Even 60 plus days in, we haven't killed each other yet. And we wanted to share some of these tactics. The first thing that I want to talk about is doing the little things. What does that mean to you? And how can the people out there watching maybe start to implement some of these little things into their love and their relationship?
I think where, because we came out of a heavy season of adversity actually before this quarantine started, and that's just in full transparency and honesty. And we were sort of ripping each other's heads off.
We were.
Daily.
Yeah.
And we were actually saved by the quarantine because we really had nowhere to go but with each other.
Yeah.
So I think we really took it back to the basics. And for me, I started kind of thinking, okay, what in the beginning of this relationship was working for us? What was filling my love tank? What was filling his love tank? And a lot of it I was remembering were the small things. So I would, go to his house and he would leave or I would leave and he would make me little meals to go or coffees in bed or, little green juices and just small things like that.
Coconut oil massages.
A lot of coconut oil massages. We're a big fan of coconut oil.
If you don't have coconut oil by your nightstand, fam, go get some. Yeah. All right, and lather up.
That was actually one of the first things we were like, we need to re-implement this. So yeah, those little things that really just, that bring small joys to each other. So learning also what his love language is and fulfilling those things. So hopefully you guys know about the love languages. If you don't, I highly recommend you go out and read the book.
Chapman, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great book. It allows you to then identify how to speak to your partner in a manner that they can understand and that they can really identify with. Yeah,
because maybe what my love language is might not be his. So I'm trying to communicate my love to him in my own love language versus just simplifying it and being like, oh, all I have to do is go sweep the house and he's very happy. Or all I have to do is go give him a massage or walk by him and touch his butt and he's happy.
Yes, please.
So it's like,
love a good
doing
butt touch,
little things and realizing, oh, this is all I have to focus on, not everything. I don't have to focus on, giving him words of affirmation and encouraging him and doing all of these different things, acts of service. I can focus on one thing. And then, if the other things come up, great. Those are bonuses, but filling his love tank.
That's a great point, Steph. Seriously, if you guys don't know your partner's love language, highly recommend you find out what that is and speak it often.
Yeah, and there's quizzes online for free.
Yeah, you can go online, check it out, get your love language down, know your own love language too. So then you can communicate what your partner can, give to you as well. So you feel that fulfillment in your relationship and then know your partners and speak it often. Great point, guys. Do the little things in your relationship. It'll go so far. I mean, really successful relationships are made up from those little things day by day, that persistent consistency every single day, getting up, making coffee in bed or bringing a flower or a little love note, doing just things that maybe seem insignificant, but over time they really do add up. So that's a great point, Steph. I love that.
It helps to make each other feel seen too.
Yeah.
And appreciated and valued.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The second happy hustle hack that we want to bring to you guys on how to coexist throughout the quarantine with your partner is doing activities together, right?
Yes, my favorite part.
Yeah, she's big for activities. What are some of the activities that we've done that we have, really grown our love and connection through? And what are some that maybe people out there watching and listening can do and implement it to their relationship?
I would say, honestly, things that we're able to connect with nature, be outside, because not only does it fulfill, each other's, it fulfills him, it fulfills me individually as well as a couple and as a union. So just really connecting outside, doing fun things, rollerblading, bike riding, getting fresh air, getting good sun. All of those things are really good for our own well-being, let alone for us to be doing that together. It really just instills this beautiful bond and connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of outside, I don't know if you guys follow me and Steph on Instagram yet. If you do, if you're watching Instagram Live, you obviously do. But if you're on Facebook or YouTube and you're watching, go look at my story right now, because we were outside enjoying one of our activities, our couple activities. Yesterday, we were kayaking and we were actually fishing. And I was fishing just out here in South Florida.
We're going here. Okay.
And she's floating in the middle of this, basically, it's the bay right before you get out to the ocean.
Intercoastal, yeah.
In Lighthouse Point, Florida. and I see her floating like just a goddess,
Super
elegantly
peaceful.
And I'm filming her floating, and she pops up. Oh my God. She screams over to me, jumps in.
F-bomb.
Yeah.
Trucking through the water,
Yeah.
trying to get to safety in a kayak.
She jumps up into the kayak. Jellyfish got me. And she got rocked by a jellyfish. Absolutely rocked. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to pick her up into frame. Come here.
You're going to see my tie-dye shorts.
Look at this. Look at this jellyfish. Look at this.
It's a lot. All right, this is a lot.
Do you see that thing?
Yeah, it got me.
It got her so good. She has got whacked by a jellyfish yesterday. So when you're doing activities together outside, be careful for nature. Especially jellyfish.
I mean, it's a part of it, it's just, I respect it, jellyfish won.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm
yeah.
okay with it.
I mean, it is definitely,
it was worth it though.
Yeah, it was amazing, kayaking day, and we were fishing and having a great day, but you do have to be cognizant of nature. And really the main takeaway here is do activities together, whatever that means to you. Bike riding, going on a walk.
Yesterday we went up on the roof and it was a full moon and just sat up there and meditated, and it was, that's really fulfilled me as a person individually, let alone being able to do it with my partner and just feeling that energy from the moon. I don't know if this is a little woo-woo for some people, but it was amazing. It was beautiful. And those little weird things that make us super happy and fulfilled, do those things and learn to incorporate your partner in those things.
Yeah, great point. Since we're on the spirituality topic, I'd love to open up the floor. I know you are a conscious creator. For those of you who don't follow Steph, you should, because she is woke AF. What are some of the spiritual happy hustle hacks that you use to tap into a higher power and just to connect more?
I mean, to be honest with you, everything changed for me in life when I just started to put spirit first. And I mean, I couldn't stress the simplicity of that enough. It's legitimately just allowing spirit to lead me. And for so many years, I was trying to control everything in life, from my career, auditions, to, my love life, to everything, every relationship. And I realized the moment that I just started flowing and allowing spirit to lead me rather than resisting, that life just started to kind of unfold in the exact ways that I deeply desire. And the universe really started working with me as I started working with it. So that's probably one of the biggest things, is just allow spirit to lead you. We are co-creators.
Yeah, great point. Love that. I mean, really just surrendering to the flow of life, realizing there is a higher power, having faith in this journey, especially now, given the crisis, given these crazy times. Surrender to the flow of life and really just enjoy the moment, connecting deeper, finding times of stillness. And that kind of leads us to our third point, which is how to really happy hustle hack a more love and peaceful existence, especially through quarantine, which is supporting each other. And how you can support each other is not necessarily just being there and waiting on them hand and foot, but it's also giving them space, right?
Yeah, and honoring self. So one of the biggest things is for us to be able to remember ourselves. And it's not only about filling his love tank, it's about filling myself, making sure that I am whole, so then I am able to have an overflow to give to my partner. So that was one of the biggest things, is really just remembering the individual. So for me, I've always battled with this attachment, this dependency. And so I started realizing, okay, when I'm being drawn and I feel like I need to be around Cary or I just go outside and take time for myself and think to myself, okay, what right now can I do for myself that will make me feel good, that will spark feelings of joy, and just start following that. So if I want to go for a bike ride, I'm going to go for a bike ride. If I invite Cary and he comes, that's a bonus. That's amazing. But if he doesn't, that's a gift to myself to be able to have that time for self. And so that's really important.
Yeah. Supporting each other is one of the most important happy hustle hacks we could bestow upon the listening right now, because really, we're working from home, we're eating from home, we're sleeping at home. Everything is happening at home right now, during this quarantine. So it's really essential that you support each other in whatever capacity that may look like. If it's allowing her to go on a bike ride alone, okay, go do your thing, girl. I support it. If you need help, maybe setting up, for a business call and you need the dogs, outside, okay, I support it. If you need lunch made for you, hey, I'm going to get in that kitchen. I'm going to start whipping it up. What you want, girl? So that's what it's about.
Chef Cary.
She's the cook, honestly. Amazing cook. One of the best chefs I know, and very grateful for that. But that's the point, is supporting each other, supporting your partner, finding ways to support them, not in just the traditional sense too. It may look like giving them space, so that's an important aspect.
Honor self.
Yeah.
And be able to speak up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out and take a bike ride by myself and just get some thoughts together. Or I'm going to go out and meditate. Or I'm going to go out and read on the hammock. Things like that. Just being able to have that open communication with your partner is crucial as well.
Yeah. What we like to say is there's 4 pillars of a relationship, and it's like a tabletop. So you hold up your foundation of your relationship with these 4 pillars. One is communication, right? Making sure you effectively communicate. 2 is trust. You have to have trust where, if she says she's going to do something, she does it. Or if I say I'm going to be there on time for dinner at 8 p.m., I do it. Because if I don't do it, I'm going to crack the trust, the windshield of trust, I like to call it.
Yeah.
And over time, that trust, those cracks will eventually shatter. Windshield, okay?
Yeah.
It's very hard to see.
And it's a level of commitment for each other too.
Exactly. The other pillar, honesty, right? Making sure that you are just honest and forthright. I think that's one thing that we've really developed over the past 4.5 years of being together, is like cutting through the ego and the drama that comes with it, and just being real and authentic. Hey, this made me feel like this. Hey,
being transparent.
Yeah, being transparent.
And vulnerable, and that's one of the most beautiful states that we can actually be in, even outside of our own relationships, with our parents, with our family, with our friends. And just, if you have relationships that you can be vulnerable with those people, those ones are the key ones, the key players in your life.
Yeah. I mean, I just couldn't stop looking at her lips as she was talking there. Get over here. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the light. I whited out for a second. Anyway, the 4th pillar is love, and really making sure that you have love in your life. And
he's a good complimenter.
Well, I do my best. I appreciate a good compliment myself.
He
but
does.
I also,
He lights up.
I love to give compliments, and even to random people. If I find something about a random person, that's the first thing I'll say is, oh, hey, great hair. Or, hey, nice beard. A strong bearded man getting complimented by another bearded man may seem weird, but I'll tell you what, that really breaks down the barriers, the bearded barriers.
It's a beautiful quality.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones I felt.
Give more compliments, guys. That's a good takeaway for today's, episode. Give more compliments, not just to your lover.
Be kind to each other. And if you're feeling a judgment, we're kind of going off topic right now, but if you're feeling a judgment for someone, like if, you're outside and you're walking, you see someone, it's judgment in your mind, really allow that to be a mirror. What in me am I judging? Because it's not really them. They're choosing to live their life and have their experience how they wish to. If I'm having the problem with it, what in me, do I need to work on? Do I need to face? So it's beautiful. You're beautiful with giving compliments and being kind to people. And
paid her to say that. Thank you.
No, you didn't.
Seriously, guys, I hope you got some value from this, because, really, we just wanted to come on and be authentic, be real, show you, how we have successfully navigated this quarantine, because truthfully, it has made us stronger as a couple and more connected. Out of necessity, yes, but really, we have persevered through adversity in the past. Our relationship is not perfect by any means. We're not saying we have the perfect relationship.
No, we're going on 60 plus days of not even a fight or anything.
Yeah, we haven't.
Beautiful.
We haven't. We now know how to navigate and effectively communicate and really lead with love, and also respect each other when we do need space and when we do need to break away from maybe the heat of the moment. And that's important too, an important element of having a successful relationship and coexisting. is knowing when to give each other space to then cool off and then communicate effectively later on.
Picking your battles too. And by that, I mean, probably just don't pick any. Just
well,
just don't disrupt the peace.
Yeah.
We were like, let's just keep the peace in this quarantine. And we really have. It's been beautiful.
That is something, guys. If you are in a relationship right now and there is adversity and there is drama, I will tell you the single-handedly, the number one thing that we did that changed our relationship from being adversity filled and full of, conflict to just love and light. And it is this.
Yeah.
Peace. I'm holding up a peace sign for those of you just listening. It is peace. Whenever we were about to face drama or any type of adversity, it was toss up the deuces. And we just said, you know what? We're going to go back to the peace. I'm waving the white flag over here.
Yeah.
And so is she. And we get back to the peace.
And that was while we were creating a new habit, right? So now we haven't even used the peace sign in weeks. But, if you realize that you have bad habits in your relationship and it's like, focusing on the things that he's not doing or she's not doing, you just have to create a habit of changing your perspective and focusing on all of the things that they are doing that is beautiful, that is adding value and is an asset to your life. And I remember having a conversation with my own mom and I was like, I don't know, his shoes are by the door. And I'm like a little OCD. And she's like, so just pick them up. And I was like, and she's like, what does it do? It take you 5 seconds to go pick them up. He doesn't care where they go. You do. So you go pick them up. And I was like, I never thought about that, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And so, it's like you work with each other and you find love for each other.
Back to doing the little things for each other, right? And one thing that I want to mention before we sign off is this love calendar that we created, because I think this is an important component of just life in general.
Yeah.
What you measure, you can manage. Okay. What you measure, you can manage. So we, especially in times of adversity, realized that we were having more conflict days than love days. So what we did was we created a calendar, and it's on a whiteboard, and you guys can do this at home if you have a relationship. Even if you're not facing adversity, it's great to have a visual reminder. So we created a calendar, and every day when we were going to bed, we'd ask each other, hey, what's your number today? And 5 or above means it was a love day,
1 through 10,
meaning I had more love and I felt understood and there was peace in my heart. Under 5 means there was conflict and it wasn't a love day.
Yeah.
And we would quantify. So she would say maybe one day, hey, it was an 8 for me. And I would say, oh, it was a 6 for me.
And well, I was like, oh, I got to step up my game.
Exactly. And then we would average it as a 7. And that average would become that day's score. And then at the end of the month, you can look at, okay, here is how much love I had this month from my relationship. And if it is, over 80%, you're doing pretty good. If it's over 90%, that's amazing. If it's under 80% of the days, not so much love, and you're actually, scoring below a 5, you need to reassess and you need to work through some adversity, or you need to pivot completely and think about maybe it's time to look elsewhere. Like if it's consistent month over month, we want to make sure that everyone is living their best life and happy, hustling, passion, purpose, and positive impact. And it is very essential to have love in your relationship.
So you don't get complacent. I think a big thing with relationships is people get complacent with each other and start to really, undervalue each other as partners.
And take each other for granted.
Yeah, for sure. And I
We've
could
done
say
that.
We had a major season of doing that. And by some miracle in the peace, the love, we really found our stride, which was beautiful. I'm very grateful.
Yep, me too. Well, guys, I hope you got some value from this episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast with my beautiful partner, Steph Hernandez.
Happy quarantine.
Thank you for coming on, leaving you guys with those happy hustle hacks one more time to create more love, peace, and fun. Start by doing the little things every single day. It's not just once a week. Every single day, do those little things. Number 2, do activities together. like fun stuff.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like we work together from home all the time, and we were like, we have to do things that have nothing to do with work.
Yep.
So we keep our phones away. We keep them at home, and we go outside and we just connect.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the third thing, support each other, right? Whatever that may mean. If it's give each other space, or if it's, maybe give them some lunch or a back rub, support each other in every way possible.
And self. Don't forget about self.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
huge.
Love yourself and then give from your overflow. You have to make sure that is happening. So those were some of our happy hustle hacks. I hope you guys got some value. If you did, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Follow Steph.
Let us know how your quarantine is going.
Yeah.
And any tips that you have, for couples, we'd love to implement them too.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your guys' advice. Hey, we're always a work in progress. We're constantly evolving. And that's the beautiful thing about life, is we can continue to grow each and every day.
And be open to new tactics and things like that. So
so leave us a comment. If you have questions, leave us a question. We'll answer them in the comments below. We'd love to help out any way we can with you guys and your relationship and your quarantine. But ultimately, I hope you got some value from this one, because we enjoy doing it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Now we are going to go make some love.
That's not weird.
No, too much. Okay. Bye, guys.